Hello and welcome to Scott's Adventures. Today we're going to Mexico. So, should you go on the Copper Canyon tour by Caravan? That's a great question. And hopefully I can answer that in this video. A couple of days before the end of the trip, I was pretty tired and I was pretty much done with it. I was ready for it to be over by about day 5 or 6. And when we got home, it's amazing how tired you can be just from waiting in airports, riding on the bus, riding on the airplane, just those, not really doing a lot physically, but just kind of exhausted. So what I wanted to do is I didn't want to give my evaluation right when I got back, because I wanted to give myself a little bit of chance to rest and get some perspective on the trip as a whole. So what I think I might do is I'm just going to show you what the whole trip is like from my point of view, and then kind of let you make your own decision whether you think you would like to do that tour. And at the end, I'll give my little opinion on what I think, who I think might enjoy the tour and who we might not. So let's get started with day one right now. All right, so day one of our trip, it really just requires you to get to Phoenix somehow. We had a lot of the folks on the trip that some were from Canada and some were from Florida, and so they had a lot longer trip. But we really just needed to fly from John Wayne, John Wayne Airport or Orange County Airport or SNA, Santa Ana. It's a smaller airport south of LAX, in the middle of Orange County. It's kind of our Orange County Airport. Small, nice, it's really great. It's only about 10 miles from us. We got to Phoenix. It's about an hour-long flight. It's really an easy flight. The hotel that we were staying at, that's one provided by Caravan, actually at the Phoenix airport. So we just had dinner in the bar, and then waited for the 8 o'clock orientation meeting. That's when everybody goes into one of the meeting rooms in the hotel, and we all kind of introduce ourselves. We meet everybody on the tour and let us know that tomorrow, day 2, we're going to meet at the bus at 8 o'clock. So that really was all of day 1. Day 2 began pretty uneventfully. We had breakfast provided in the hotel. It was downstairs, kind of a buffet type breakfast, which was really good. And then we met at the bus at 8 o'clock, first time, kind of meeting everybody, getting on the bus. The bus was just beautiful. It was very comfortable, nice big seats, spotless. Our driver, Panchito, we could tell that he kept great pride in maintaining his bus, and he was a great driver for the whole trip. He was with us the whole time and really took good care of us. We never had any white knuckle experiences. We always felt like we were in good hands with our driver. Then another bright spot was our tour guide, Alfredo, and he did the orientation the night before and was with us on the entire trip. Funny, knowledgeable, organized. He told us everything that was going to happen, and he took great care of us the whole entire way, and can't speak highly enough of Alfredo as a guide. He's great. I would go with him again anytime. He was super.
The one in the United States is marked as kilometers. And then the name of the mission is Francisco Javier de Walk.
South to Mexico.
And after they grind and make the flour, they will make bread for the long journeys during the dry seasons.
Kind of started to tell us about the area. We headed south to Tucson and then prepared to cross the border. But before we did that, we stopped at this last kind of rest stop here. And the rest stop was really nice, and it had all kinds of cool placards around that told about the area and the neat things that you could find around this area between Tucson and the border that we were going. And so that was a really nice stop before crossing the border. After that pit stop on day 2, we were heading towards the border. And Alfredo did a great job of telling us all about what to expect when we crossed the border. And we had to pull off the bus and get out, and then show our passports, fill out some paperwork, and then get back on the bus and head through. It was really no problem at all. I mean, Caravan's done that so many times, they kind of have it down to a science, as long as you have your passport and everything ready to go and make it through the border. And it was really interesting to see the process. And then also, once we headed into Mexico, to kind of see Mexico for the first time that time and see what it's like down there. Hello and welcome to Scott's Adventures. We're in Mexico! We made it! We just went through, well, customs a little earlier, and now I guess visa / immigration or something. And of course I filled out the paperwork wrong, but they didn't care. We're gonna get along here pretty soon and continue on our adventure to Copper Canyon.
Yep.
The ultimate destination for the day is to make it all the way to San Marcos. That's where our hotel is. And it's quite a drive. I'm going to get the mileage here to figure out exactly how many miles it is from Phoenix to San Carlos, but I think it's 400 or 500 miles. So I'll get the exact and I'll put it up here. And then also I'll show a map of the entire route, as well as the section that we're doing right now on day 2. But the basic idea is you start in Phoenix, you go down to San Carlos, you go over to like El Fuerte, you do the Copper Canyon tour on the train, go to Chihuahua, and then your last is in El Paso, and then we fly home from El Paso there. So that's kind of the whole overview of the trip. You can see a map there. But as far as day 2, after we crossed the border, then we were going to our first lunch stop, and it's the city of Santa Ana, and it's a restaurant called the Elba, and it was really good. And I'll show you some pictures of the food here and give you some overview of what that was like to have lunch, our first lunch in Mexico. So the food was pretty good. They brought out this little plate of guacamole with some chips, which was really good. I thought that was great. And then their hot sauces were not hot sauces that we have here. As you know, I love hot sauce, and so I enjoyed trying the different kinds that they have locally. I got the milanesa, which is really a chicken fried steak. And normally in Southern California, when you have milanesa, you're talking about a torta, a sandwich. So you'd have it on a bun. It's like a chicken fried steak, breaded steak, lettuce, tomato, mayo, some things like that on a sandwich. This was just on the plate by itself with French fries. So it was kind of like, okay, that's how they do it. So it was a little bit bland. The problem that we have is in Southern California, we have such great Mexican food and Mexican restaurants all over, all the way from really fancy places to hole in the walls. And so we really love Mexican food. And so then when we actually go to Mexico and we see what they serve, sometimes it's a little bit of a disappointment because it's a little different than what we expected, but that's why you travel and that's when you learn. So after lunch, we went outside. We went to this little gift shop that they have that's attached to the Elba restaurant. And Lily bought, what did you buy?
Coyotas.
Coyotas.
It's what you buy when you're in Santa Ana, apparently.
Oh, okay.
This one is jamoncillo, and I'm going to share it with whoever wants to try.
All right.
Because I'm not taking it.
Sounds like fun.
I'll tell you how it is.
Okay. And then they actually had some charging stations. I saw a Tesla. I think that was the only Tesla we ever saw in Mexico. And they had a charging station in terms of like a supercharger for Tesla. Then they also had an EVgo. I think a few EVgos there. So continue on with day 2. After lunch, we continued south through Santa Ana, and then we stopped at this rest stop that was almost like a truck stop. And it was a very busy place. It was kind of fun, hustle and bustle to see the trucks coming and going, and just to see the kind of like economic activity in Mexico. Mexico in general is doing really well economically. They have a lot of companies down there, lots of commerce. They're United States' #1 trading partner. Used to be China, but now it's Mexico is the United States' #1 trading partner. And it really shows. They are prosperous, lots going on, lots of trucks, lots of big buildings and things being made. I think we saw the Ford Maverick little pickup trucks, a bunch of those coming back north. I think those are made down there, as well as lots of other stuff. it was really interesting from an economic point of view just to see Mexico booming. So we continued on south, and finally we sort of reached this desert beach town of San Carlos. And it's sort of strange because I'm used to when you get towards the coast, things look more lush and green. Here, it was pretty much the desert right up until the water. And we're right on the west coast of mainland Mexico on the Sea of Cortez. We're looking out, and if you could look far enough, you would see the peninsula that is Baja California. And so as we drove around through the town, we went all the way to the kind of an end viewing spot and took a bunch of pictures, which we'll show you here, before going back to the hotel and getting a little sub before dinner. And we're in the Sonoran Desert, so that's why you see the sign for Sonora there. Just letting you know that that's where you are. Even though you're in San Carlos, it's part of the Sonora Desert. And then all around the city, they had these, I guess they were metal dolphins, kind of angular metal dolphins that were all decorated and painted with all kinds of different fun things on them. And I have a few pictures of those here. That was really cool. I mean, if you go to Seattle, you see, what do they have, pigs or cows or something around painted around the city. And you go to other cities and they might have other things like that scattered around throughout the city. It kind of identifies that. That was fun to see them using dolphins. And the view out in the Sea of Cortez was just fantastic. We had a really fun time looking all over. And then we got to the hotel and we went and checked in our hotel, and then Lily and I went to walk around the town a little bit before dinner. We had a couple of hours before dinner time. And then Lily's favorite place, Barracuda Bob's. That's your hangout, right, babe? Okay, so here we are at the marina in San Carlos, and the wind finally stopped. You okay? What happened? What'd you do? And Lily's nursing her broken shoulder. I'll just call it a broken shoulder. How about that? There's ribs, there's clavicles and rotator cuffs and things, but you don't want to say what you did? We know what you did.
I moved.
Look at these.
And it's painful.
Houses up here. That's so cool. And then we're right near the
Elote?
San Carlos Yacht Club.
Elote?
Looks like they have live music playing. Is that the elote cart?
Marina Terra.
Elote cart, yay! Neat. We went around looking at some shops. Specifically, I was looking for a long sleeve shirt because Alfredo was saying that when we get to El Fuerte, the bugs are really bad and you kind of need long pants and a long sleeve shirt to keep the mosquitoes at bay. And so I was looking for something like that, and I was able to find it. I found a long sleeve t-shirt. And then what else? I think we went into a pharmacy, found out that it was a 24-hour pharmacy. We got some bug repellent there. So it was a neat little place, and they have a little bay that you can walk around where they keep all the ships and everything, and they have lots of shops and neat little restaurants and things like that. So then we headed back to the hotel for dinner time. The hotel that we stayed at in San Carlos was the Sawari, a really nice hotel. It wasn't right on the water, but it was really a beautiful location. They had a lot of outdoor pool area, and we ate our dinner outdoors. As we were walking around the town, this mural was actually on the side of a building, and I was pretty taken by it. And so I took a picture of it. I thought it was pretty beautiful. And this is a building size mural. So I don't know how many, so 30 or 40 feet tall and 20 or 30 feet wide. And it was great. So then we, after we got settled in our room, we headed off to the pool area. But before that, in our room, I took some pictures of the headboard. The headboard had some interwoven wood pieces, just kind of in a decorative piece there hanging above our headboard. And I thought that would be a really neat Scott's Garage to make. So I took some pictures, and I think I might do something like that on our headboard at home and do a Scott's Garage in the future. So look for that in several weeks. But basically the hotel rooms are great. Open the windows and it's bright sunshine and it's beautiful. And I did like that headboard. So we headed down to what we thought was, a meeting room or something where we'd eat dinner, but it turned out to be outside. So then this is our dining area for the night. From poolside with a fire, and we even have a live singer over there that's supposed to perform, so should be pretty cool. And it was a beautiful location. We started to kind of get to know the people in our tour group a little bit more, and the shyness was wearing off a bit as we got to know people. We got to know a couple from Canada that rode road bikes, and so we got to talk to them about that. And then some other folks that we started to find, things in common, and the shyness was wearing off, I think, with everybody, and we all started to talk, which was great. And then they had a live singer that came out, and she sang some tunes while we were eating and while the sun went down, and they had some complimentary drinks, and we talked well after dinner was over and had just a great time. Alfredo let us know that tomorrow when we were getting back on the bus and where we were going, and so we'll hit that on day 3 coming up right now. In our bathroom and shower, they had this really ornate tile system, which I really enjoyed. And I just wanted to take a picture of that. And then in the morning when I came down, I was really captivated by a lot of the artwork that was in the lobby of the Saguaro Hotel. And I specifically got a kick out of this one bird that was carrying the fish. And I don't know whether that was like photoshopped or whatever, but I got a kick out of that. And then they just had some really great artwork all around the lobby, paintings and sculptures. And you start to get the idea of how creative people are in Mexico, and just the effort that they go to make things nice and interesting, and just the creativity was really a neat part of that. We saw that throughout our whole trip. So I'll intersperse some pictures of things that, sculptures and paintings and things that we've seen along the way that I just thought were a fantastic part of that. Day 3 in the morning, we had some time to go for a special treat. I don't think this was on the actual formal itinerary, but we were able to go to this beach. And we parked on the side at the beach, and we were able to get out just for like a 10-minute thing to go touch the water and throw some rocks around, and just to get out and be able to touch the water in the Sea of Cortez, which I don't know if I've ever done that before. But that was pretty fun to be able to do that, to say I touched that. I think Lily took off her shoes and walked around a little bit, and it was just a great time to do that.
Hola, me llamo Lilly.
Reporting live from the Sea of Cortez.
I'm gonna touch the water.
Okay. She's gonna touch the water. This is a momentous moment. Oh, she's got her shoes off. She's recovering from her broken shoulder after her bike accident. She's doing okay. It's cold? Ah. Okay, so how many oceans have you touched, babe, in your life?
Oh, I don't know.
The Philippine Sea, the Atlantic and the Pacific, the Arctic Ocean, you waded in the Arctic Ocean, the Sea of Cortez, the Mediterranean. You've been everywhere. You're like Johnny Cash. You've been everywhere, man. This is Scott reporting live from the Sea of Cortez, where we have many interesting things happening. And we're having a wonderful day here at the beach. And the day that I touched the Atlantic and the Pacific on the same day, in the morning I was in Miami on business, went to the beach in Miami, waited around a little bit, then I went to the airport, got on a plane, flew back home. That evening we had a beach party in Huntington Beach, and I went and I waited in the Pacific that evening, all in one day.
Got my feet clean.
All right. Having a wonderful time here in Mexico. Day 3 of our trip, and should be fantastic. After that, we were able to head to the San Carlos sign to take a bunch of pictures of all of us, the whole group in front of the sign, and some more of those dolphins that they had made, and I got some pictures of that as well. So this is me on the beach here. I'm wearing my new long sleeve t-shirt that I bought. I had to wear that for about 2 days because I didn't really have anything else that was long sleeve. So I'm pretty proud of my San Carlos t-shirt, although I don't know where it went to. I was looking for it in our bags and everything, and I'm not sure what happened to my t-shirt, but it may be gone. So as we continued on south, around San Carlos, we drove around the city of San Carlos a little bit. And it's just a beachy, deserty town in Mexico. But they did have some nice homes. We drove around San Carlos a little bit. Here's a map, and then headed on farther down south on our trip. Come on, dive.
So I'll pass this along the, you can get it, and if you want it, proof. So I'll pass it this. There's right over there. And there's the old engine here to your left, Ferrocarril de Sonora. There's a legend of a man. You know, Francisco make me put the tie so I can be.
We're on the road from San Carlos to Fuerte to catch the train, and we stopped for this pit stop, and there was this beautiful cactuses. One of the things we did is we stopped at this giant statue. So along the highway, there's nothing out there. You're driving in the middle of the desert, and we pulled off, and there's this giant statue of a Native American, and he has a deer on his head, and maybe I can figure out more of what that symbolizes later and talk to you about that. Hey babe. So what's the story of this? What's the story of this? Maybe you can narrate it. I don't know. I wasn't listening either.
Wow.
Go.
So he said that the deer is there, so that's like the big brother. So the deer was killed to feed the whole tribe, the Yaqui Indians, to save them.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, when the Catholic religion came, it became that the deer was killed to save, humanity.
Okay. And then we got to stop, take some pictures, go hike up to the base of that statue, and jump around a little bit and stretch our legs before getting back on the bus and heading south some more. After we left the deer dance statue, we continued heading south east kind of. We're starting to turn toward the east a little bit, going to the town of El Fuerte. As we continued through the desert, we were passing through these little towns, and I saw this one shop Daiko, or Deco, I don't know how to pronounce it. And I'm not sure what goes on here, but it was a big giant scary clown. It was a little weird. We stopped for lunch at this restaurant called Los Arbolitos, which I'm not sure what that means. We had real Mexican Coke with real sugar in it, which I like. And they had some different seafood and things like that. I think I got the shrimp and Lily got the grilled fish. So that was pretty good. Oh, and then you can see here the different kind of hot sauces that they had. They seem to have these at just about every table. So no Tapatio, no Cholula. That's kind of what I expected, but I guess those are sort of LA things. And these are the hot sauces that we found in Mexico. And as we headed through these other little towns, there was this one town here, Tesia Este, which it's I with 3 S's. I thought that was pretty interesting. And we headed off into the desert and off towards the town of El Fuerte. In El Fuerte, we stayed at the Posada de Hidalgo hotel, which was beautiful. Right there in town, right next to the church and the main government building. Oh, there's the Zorro statue. So the folklore here is that Zorro was born in this hotel. That's the folklore. So that's why the statue of Zorro. But we are not sure if that is actually true. Maybe a bit of a tall tale. That's okay. Let's go with it. We arrived in El Fuerte, did a little bit of sightseeing on the bus, and then we checked into our rooms, and Lily and I were fortunate enough that we had the Zorro room. Okay, this is our room. We have the El Zorro suite. So remember me showing you the statue of Zorro, who's supposed to be born in this hotel. We actually have the El Zorro suite, and they really went all in on the Zorro stuff. Inside the room are these posters. Douglas Fairbanks, Don Q, son of Zorro. And apparently the folklore is that's where Zorro was born, and that's like the town of El Fuerte is where Zorro's from. So the whole hotel was kind of themed with Zorro themed.
¿Cómo andamos con las bebidas? Okay.
That's really pretty, babe. And so once we got there, we walked around the hotel a little bit, and the artwork was just fantastic. They had some old photographs of things that happened in the area, and also some cool like roots that were growing through the tile, some neat sculptures. And then we headed out to the pool bar area to have a drink, talking a little bit more with our bus mates, and waited before dinner.
So we're on the rooftop of Hotel Valderrama, and look behind me, sun's gonna set. It's gonna be nice out here.
I think so. I think it's going to be a beautiful evening. The breeze is starting to blow, keeps the mosquitoes down, and it's cooling things off a little bit.
Yep.
I think enjoy the afternoon. Wait until dinner. Again, we're so tired of eating. They're just feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. I'm like, I can't eat anymore or I'll bust.
I asked Scott to get me a drink, and he did. He got me Stella lager beer, which
It's a lager beer? Oh.
I don't drink beer, but they don't have Truly, they don't have anything like that. I don't want to order margarita because of the ice. So he surprised me and he got me a Stella. So he got himself a Sprite. So what I've been doing is mixing the two, drinking it. It's very refreshing, and I can stand the taste beer.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody mix Sprite and beer and then drink it.
It's always something new.
Yeah?
Otherwise, how would they have discovered Reese's peanut butter cup?
That's right. Two great tastes that taste great together.
That's right.
Or one good taste that masks a nasty taste.
So that's what.
Then we went to dinner, and we had a treat of Zorro and Zora came to visit us.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to El Fuerte, magical town. We are in a place full of histories and legends.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I want that.
Elena de la Vega, claps, please. We prepared a very special show for all of you. Les presento a los músicos. Reciban con un fuerte aplauso a los Tigres del Monte. Hello, my friend. What's your name? Hey!
So we have an omelet bar, and tacos, and buffet. And Lily, what did you get?
Quesadillas
Quesadillas. Oh,
con
not
queso
tacos.
y carne.
Quesadillas. And everybody's up and looks to be in a good mood.
Good thing I don't speak Spanish, she does.
Scott, it's been nice to meet you, and you are an exciting person to talk to, and you and your wife are great travel buddies for us here in Mexico. And here's Audrey. Turn around. She has even more to say than I do.
You left out Lily.
She's
over there.
We had to be really careful in the town of El Fuerte because they have these little, they're not really mosquitoes, but they're called no-see-ums, and they bite. And I did a really good job of, wearing long sleeves and long pants. But, the day that we had in El Fuerte, I was wearing hat, shoes, long sleeves, long pants, and it was about 98 degrees. It got up to 98 degrees. The humidity was pretty high. It was a pretty miserable day walking around the town, all bundled up. So then I got the great idea that before dinner, I would go and take a shower, clean up, and I decided, I'm just going to wear shorts and a t-shirt. And then I didn't put on any bug repellent. And boy, they came at me like crazy. So I learned you have to cover up, you have to wear bug repellent, and still even you can get these little bites that really, really itch. And it's really uncomfortable. I don't know how the locals avoid not getting bit, but Lily didn't really get bit that much, but boy, I sure did. And I paid for it, and they're still healing, and they're still itchy. And so if you're ever in El Fuerte, listen to the guide. They told us all about it. They told us what to do, and I ignored that, and I paid the price for that. So, and go.
Okay, so we're staying at the La Posada del Hidalgo Hotel, and it's like right in the middle of a tropical setting here. Birds, there's like rooms, they have roots coming out of the ground, they just built around it. Oh, there's a bird right there. They've been making a noise since 5 o'clock.
Okay, so today,
Today
where are we?
we're in El Fuerte,
Uh-huh.
Sinaloa. I think the state of Sinaloa. and we are going on a river float this morning. We're gonna try and catch the mass at noon. There's a church right around the corner from here. So,
And
and then after that, we're just gonna walk around town, I guess, and see what's up.
maybe get some ice cream
Maybe get some ice
or
cream.
just have some free time.
Yep,
Yep. All right.
that's it.
It's about 8 o'clock in the morning and we're getting ready for our float trip. Are you excited, babe? I always love rafting and float trips. Hasta luego. Saying goodbye to Panchito. He's going to drive ahead of us. We take the train and he'll meet us in a couple of days.
No, people. No, we are recycled teenagers. Déjame cuento, mijo.
And away we go.
Ah, ok.
Young and dumb again.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14.
Okay, so what's the plan for today?
We're taking the bus so that we can go on the river.
Class 5
We
route.
are
And then we have a new driver, Salvador. Has a nickname, Shava. Shava.
Now this school down here, during the time of the colonial period, it used to be a cemetery right here. To see the church, the plaza, the city hall.
Those lanterns and things.
I showed you yesterday, yes.
So we have the truck that dropped off all the rafts in front of
Okay,
us.
let's try to do
And
is
the
we can
river.
kind of
Are you nervous, babe?
Huh?
Nervous?
Nervous about what?
Your whitewater adventure? Okay, we have our life vests on, our bug repellent, sunglasses.
My sling. It's off.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. It's night and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Buen viaje.
Pura,
Buen viaje.
pura vida.
Pura vida.
Adiós, amigos. Hasta la bamba, baby.
hasta la vista.
Bumper. Bumper boats. Bumper rafts.
In Mexico, outside El Fuerte, and this is the El Fuerte River that we're going down. Help? You need help with something? No. just showing off. It's like, look at how big my wings are. Look, everybody, my wings are so big. We're rapidly approaching the rapids. Hold on, everybody. So what would you say the class of these rapids are here? Class 0.02? Oh, so it's El Fuerte on the left.
Lleva el nombre de la galera también. Por la galera.
Por ejemplo, well, I'm glad to see he's wearing a helmet. Maybe the child might do well to have a helmet as well. Bell tower.
Oh, but you can see the water. Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Oh, I see the bird in there. Oh. Okay. Es todo.
To show Christ that he was going to be crucified. And they say Christ was coming, and the devil saw him and they started running.
Okay, so it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to take a walking tour around El Fuerte. Right now we are at the municipality building, and Alfredo is going to tell us all about it.
It used to be just one province. The province was called Estado de Occidente, Occident State. The capital was Francisco de Ibarra, 70 years. And he spoke Spanish. How? They don't say. But she was the interpreter.
We entered the museum, and they have this stairs going up to this tower.
Home, and the young man came over, the priest came over, and when he was there, he noticed the housekeeper.
What are we doing today?
We're on our way to the train station. We catch El Chepe.
El Chepe. To go to the Copper Canyon. Sort of the whole reason that we took this trip is starting today. Okay, so it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Our train leaves about 9:15, and we have the whole grupo. And Lily's trying to get me to stop filming and come and get a bottle of water. But I think she can handle that. And very nice train station. So, Lily, can you tell us something about where we are, what's going on, and what we're going to do? And
So we just got out of the bus and we are waiting for our train to take us to Chihuahua.
El Chepe.
Chihuahua. El Chepe. So we're going to take El Chepe, go through Copper Canyon, and see, it's going to be a 5-hour trip supposedly, so can't wait.
That sounds great.
The whole car is for you, so you can move around. Okay.
So I snuck my way up to this dining car. We're going to be having dinner here soon. So I took the opportunity while it's still free to come and check out the dome windows. Really neat. Circling around and going up that track right there.
Look at the
This
trees.
is called the tri-level. No. Oh, so we came there and then under through the tunnel,
during the rainy season.
and now we're up. That's neat. Alright, so we got off the train. We're going to go to our hotel. And I think we just get settled in our room and have dinner. And then tomorrow we go to the zip line and the gondola. Hey babe, we're getting on another bus. Aren't you excited?
Because, you know, we just sat all morning.
Planes, trains, and automobiles, what's that?
We're going to get on another bus and sit down.
Yeah, I think we've done just about everything. Around the world in 80 days,
Yeah,
something
the
like that.
ferrocarril is up there.
The what?
Ferrocarril. Train.
El Chepe?
El Chepe.
El Chepe. Okay, back on the bus. Hill, and we're gonna go in here and get our luggage and our room assignments and see what's the plan for today and tomorrow.
Yeah, it is. It's not sweet. Oh no, it's not as better.
first, and then you can do what you want.
Our rooms would have the same view, right?
Yeah.
Feels
That's what
nice.
they say.
Yes, you're right. Huh?
this view?
Excellent.
This in here.
This is the view that you're going to have from your room.
Okay, we're going inside to get our rooms. Can I see it? We've arrived at Copper Canyon in Mexico. Having a great time. This is awesome. Okay, before we mess it up, let's do a room tour. So double beds, which is good. Front door, bathroom. And this is the piece de resistance, our balcony, with 2 great chairs and $1 million view. So quiet. Look at how quiet it is. Listen to that. Okay, so that's our hotel. Oh, actually, our hotel is one of... Oh, I thought this was here. This was our group eating. But we're actually up there. Oh, that was... Okay, so I thought this was our group eating dinner right here. But we actually are up there where we were eating. I was waving my arms and like, hey, everybody, look at me. It's like 7:30 at night and it's getting dark. And we decided to go exploring out in the middle of the wilderness in Mexico. What a great idea. It's fun. This is fun. We had dinner, which was okay. And we thought we would walk off our dinner since we haven't really done much exercise on this trip. Really anything at all. And feels good to get out and walk a bit. Oh, yeah. Babe, do you know where you're going? There was a picture of a man standing on a ledge. In the train they had rolling like picture frame of different pictures. They kept coming up this guy standing on the ledge of this rock feature. And when we walked out here, I was like, that's it. That's the feature. That's where. And so we kind of have to come out here and do the same thing. Plus, it'll give a good picture to send to Emily. Show her that we're not being careful, having a good time. Oh, so there's the adventure park. We're gonna go there tomorrow. They have zip lining and a gondola. Let's go out on this rock here. Oh, holy crap. I think it's over there. hotel. Okay. Retreat! Retreat! Okay, babe, so what are we doing this morning? This is day 6.
We're in a van.
Going down this very steep,
Rocky.
steep rocky road from the hotel. Oy. Day 6.
Right along.
We're in the Copper Canyon and we're going to do a gondola ride. Is that what it's called? Teleférico? So it's day 6, Copper Canyon. All of our amigos and amigas in the van with us. It's going to be a great day. Are we all excited for our adventure?
Ready for the adventure.
How you doing, Mark?
Doing good, my man.
Good.
Morning.
Right on.
Buenos dias.
I would really like to have a gordita. Hola amigos, welcome to my adventure park. You will have fun here. Go and see the view. Oh wow. Okay. So I guess today is a Tuesday because this place is dead. So maybe it's much more busy on the weekend. We're supposed to stay with the color. There's red and green and we're supposed to stay. Oh my. Wow. That is pretty impressive. Okay, babe, what's gonna happen?
We are on the teleférico and we're gonna go take the car all the way to the other side, over Copper Canyon.
And we have all of our compadres with us. We're all basically staying together in one group, and we're gonna have a great time seeing the beautiful Copper Canyon from above.
Now on the start of Jan, he was presenting himself.
The dead, they put them on a road and
Joder, ya empezamos.
And there's Lilly shopping. for her magnet. All of the wonderful baskets and things. Okay, show me what you decided on.
One for me and one for...
What does that mean? I don't even know
Barrancas
it.
del Cobre in Spanish is Copper Canyon.
Oh.
El Chepe. That's what we got.
I didn't even know that. You're so smart. I'm glad you're doing this, not me.
Is it?
Cuatros aquí.
Cinco. Five.
Okay, no.
Ah, okay. Cuatro.
Okay. All right, thank you.
I think that nobody I talk to knows about Copper Canyon. Let's go live to Lilly in Copper Canyon. Lilly, what can you tell us about beautiful Copper Canyon and your experience here?
It's pretty neat. It's like Mexico's
Grand
Canyon.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's it looks just like the Grand Canyon, yet not very many people in the world know about this. Walking along the edge of things. Wow, that's a long way down there. Long way down. Can we go out there?
I don't think you should.
We can. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's a really good motto.
It's supposed to be mango, but I think it's vanilla.
We stopped at La
I
Posta a tu servicio. Lily got a paleta, and I got spicy potato chips.
Oh, yeah.
Good? What flavor did you get?
I highly recommend that.
Ah. Good morning. Day 7, final day.
No, day 6.
Day 6. Tomorrow's day 7.
No,
Today we're leaving Chihuahua. A beautiful breakfast in a great hotel. Very nice hotel room. And we're going to do a quick tour of the city of Chihuahua. Head across the border to El Paso, spend the night there, and tomorrow fly home. So,
The house to the right with a green roof. And 3 years, 50 rooms. And just below now there will be the cathedral. Well, when the house was ready, they said, the lady doesn't want to marry.
oh no.
Then the Mexican Revolution broke out and he left the house without inhabitant. Some of the products are higher priced than the other ones there in the low-class neighborhoods. assume, the wealthy people won't go and buy in the low class neighborhood, so prices are different.
Okay, so for lunch today we got box lunch on the bus, and we got what?
Mine has
Chips, okay, just regular plain potato chips, which is good. I like that. A cookie
and banana.
and a banana.
No
Look at
torta.
this
And
lady to your
she
right.
didn't get a sandwich, but we can
Beautiful
split
dress.
ours because
Right up in
we
the
are
Indian.
been eating so
She's
much.
going for work.
I don't think I've been hungry for a week.
She's got torta.
Usually the ladies are.
Okay, so we're here in a town called Sacramento. It sounds very familiar.
Sacramento.
Huh?
Looks just like Sacramento.
It kind of does look like Sacramento. These are pecan trees. #1 crop in Chihuahua. It means sandy area of sand, dry sandy. Chihuahua.
We're still swaying.
We're still swaying on the bus. And babe, what are you eating? Can you show us what you're eating? You got. And what is it?
Picante. Papas fritas.
You bought some chips.
Or potato chips.
Some chips, spicy. Chips is spicy chips. And are you enjoying your spicy chips? You almost ate all of them. They're actually my spicy chips.
He's complaining it's just leftover.
It's too spicy for me. Too spicy. As we were heading north on the main highway, it was a 2-lane road, and we kept passing these trucks and other buses and things. And the road was kind of chewed up a little bit, and so the bus tended to rock back and forth. And as we were passing really closely with these other buses, if we kind of got out of sync, it looked like we were gonna like smash into the other bus or truck or something. So it was really a bit harrowing, but we didn't hit anything and we got through just fine. Omnibus de Mexico. Oh my God. I don't know how we don't bump into them. These are all bales of cotton. Very prosperous farmland. Hola. We just crossed over the border. We're in New Mexico, back in the United States.
We're on our way to El Paso.
We have to cross the border into Tejas for our final night. And the customs and immigration process was pretty easy. Stand in a few lines and stand out in the hot sun for a few minutes. But otherwise, fairly okay. We did get to kind of see the wall, the wall that separates the U.S. from Mexico, which was pretty cool. That big brown wall that was there. And then as we were kind of driving through the city of El Paso, you kind of had like east right along the border, and you can see Juarez right over the border wall from El Paso, and that was kind of interesting. You can just look right over, half a mile away, and there's Mexico right there. After we got settled at our hotel, which it was really nice, we realized our hotel was basically right on the airport grounds. The entrance to the airport was, I don't know, 100 yards away, something like that, just like a couple minutes walk. So that was really cool. We were kind of worried about, okay, do we need to get a shuttle from the hotel to the airport? It was just literally right there. So that was pretty easy. So we went to our hotel room, checked in, got settled a little bit, and then we went out for a walk and to go get some dinner because dinner was on us. And so as we were walking outside of the hotel, they had this big horse statue that was in this kind of central area there, and it was pretty neat. So I have some pictures of that there. And then I have a cool picture of a painting of Paul Newman and a horse. That was in the lobby of the restaurant. It's funny, we walked in the restaurant and like half the tour group was there. Some of them were in bigger groups, some were in smaller groups. So if you look at this this photograph, this is from our hotel room, and this is the television that's in our hotel room, and you can see how small it is. So Mexico really beats the United States in terms of hotel room audio visual equipment. Seems like kind of weird because you know, it's like, wow, that's sort of a strange thing. But you know, normally when I'm at home, I watch, you know, Netflix, YouTube, on demand kind of stuff. Then you go to these hotel rooms in the United States and it's old school. They have like cable or, you know, direct TV or something, and you're watching commercials and regular network TV, and it's like, what is this? Is this like 10 years ago? So that's the way almost all of the hotels that I've been in, they have really small TVs like that one on the wall there. And so when we went to Mexico, you think, okay, well, it's going to be even worse, or maybe better, or maybe just as good, or probably worse. But no, it was actually better. We would get into these hotel rooms and they had gigantic TVs everywhere we went, or at the bar, or everywhere. And I was looking at it going, the pictures on these TVs are fantastic. And so I was looking at it and I realized that they're all 4K. All the TVs are 4K. They're really big. We saw solar panels like at Copper Canyon, that the resort there, they had solar panels. And then they had Starlink, the Elon Musk, you know, internet service, Starlink. They had that, which is pretty cool. And then you look at the remote controls on the TV, and they have a button right there for YouTube. There was a couple of places that we stayed at where it was like, oh, look at, there's YouTube. And you could pull up YouTube, and you had great internet access. It was really fast. And so in terms of hotels, Mexico wins the audiovisual battle right there. I just thought that was kind of funny. So no more this stupid little TV that's in there, like the size of my laptop, and it had, you know, the lamest channels in the world on there. So I pretty much just turned it off and went and watched YouTube on my phone. So, yay El Paso. Okay. All right, so it's day 8. Final day. We're making the long walk from the hotel to the airport in El Paso, which I'm just making a joke.
It's like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's just right over there. And had a great breakfast this morning, and we're really fortunate to be able to talk with a lot of the people that were on the trip with us and recap a bit and get some phone numbers and things, and it was great. We did see this one aircraft here. It's like a beluga thing, but it had propellers. So I don't know, it had a big fat body with propellers on it. So I don't know if anybody knows kind of what that was or what it was for. I know that sometimes they have these oversized planes to carry big airplane parts from, you know, factory to factory. Maybe it was something like that, but if somebody knows the answer to that, please put it in the comments. I'd appreciate reading that. And that was pretty cool. When we got to Southern California, I guess there was a slow Cessna in front of us. And so we had to do a go around. So we kind of went all the way around, right over our house, over Los Alamitos, and all over Orange County, and did one big loop again before we landed. So that was pretty neat. I've never done that before. It was great to kind of look out. I had the window seat, and to see all the you know, just the whole of Orange County. I fly a lot of flight simulators, and usually it's a simulation of our area here. And so you really get a good idea of the landmarks that are around, and you can see them. And so when you really fly, you go, oh, there's Saddleback Mountain. There's where I go mountain bike riding. That's where I do this. That's where I do that. So you kind of get into that whole thing, but it was pretty fun. Okay, so let's wrap this whole thing up. Would I recommend the Copper Canyon tour for people? That depends. If you want to do a lot of outdoor activities, being active in terms of hiking and biking and things like that, probably not the trip for you. But if you don't mind spending long hours on the bus, going through the desert with not much to look at for hours and days at a time, and you don't mind that, then that's fine. It seemed like we did a lot of stuff, but it seemed like the majority of the time we were waiting. We were waiting a little bit for airplanes and, in airports and stuff like that, but mostly it was on the bus. And you're looking out and there's really nothing but desert through that whole loop. Not much to look at. So it's a lot of time. If you wanted to relax, catch up on your reading, books or something like that, I don't know, maybe it's an ideal situation for certain people that just want to relax on a bus for a week. But if you don't want to do that, I think what we would do if we had it to do over again is I think we would somehow get to Copper Canyon ourselves, maybe do the train ride and stay at that resort in Copper Canyon, and then plan a couple of other things to do. I don't know whether we would maybe take the van there or we would fly, but somehow put together a week-long trip where we do a lot of the things that we did, but faster, and we get to do a lot more outdoorsy things. It's nice to have the trip planned, and it was great. Like, all the meals are taken care of, the hotel's taken care of, you have a guide and everything like that to watch over you. But man, that's a lot of I think for an older crowd, maybe it might be perfect, but I think for younger folks, I think they would kind of get bored and kind of like I did. So anyway, there's your recap. You can decide to go if you want. It was a really well-run trip, although a lot of riding the bus. So we'll see you next time on Scott's Adventures. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.